So this was my old desk that was in my room. It's currently in the garage now. As you remember, that was in my room as well. Yeah, I've upgraded since then. So this is a brand from Amazon called the Sanodesk. Now this is quite a big desk, and I do believe this is the biggest desk that they do in that range at the time of purchase. So this is 200 by 80 centimeters, so it is a very big desk. Now I did want something that will give me more room, as I am planning to put a double monitor setup on the desk, as well as working space, and of course my YouTube unboxing videos and stuff. So I'll show you a tour around the desk. Now this was only, I think it was £168 in here in the UK, which I think for what it is an absolute steal. It wasn't particularly difficult to put together. Instructions were very helpful. I'm not very good with flat pack furniture, but this one was okay. I would say it is probably best to have two people building the desk, because you need to hold stuff, and you know, it is nice to have an extra pair of hands. But I'm sure if you're by yourself, one person, you should be able to do it, but two, you won't feel the struggle as much. Now I actually did it on a very hot day after work, and it was quite hot up here in my room, so that added to the stress. As you guys know, I am very heat sensitive, so the heat did play a big part. I think if it was a cooler day, it probably would have been done faster and a lot easier, but it still wasn't a bad desk to put up. So I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm going to show you on the desk what sort of setup I got on there at the minute. Obviously I've not got the computer yet, so the desk is still quite empty, but I do really love the space that I have with the desk. So, I have flipped to my front camera because I couldn't be bothered to turn my phone around, so that please bear with the bad quality now. So I just wanted to point out, yeah, so this desk is very big, and it came in two parts. I think the legs were delivered first, and then the tabletop was delivered after. But I'll show you how it you know, how it sort of looks. Obviously, if you are looking at a standing desk, this might help you sway your idea to buy one, or this type. Like I said, there is things that I do like about it, there's things that I don't like about it. So here we are. This is the desk, and as I said, it's a brand called Sanodesk, and I did buy a drawer pack there from Songmics, I think I'm pronouncing that right. So I'll talk about this after, but this is the main review is for the desk, and as you can see, it is a very big desk, as it covers half of that wall, well, just more than half. I have included a video which I was downstairs in the garage where my old desk is, so I use that in the garage just for extra workbench and stuff, and it is noticeably bigger. I think the other desk, if I'm corrected, is from where that starts over there to maybe a little bit more in like that. So it was a very long desk. No, it was 140 by 45, I think. So it was, compared to this, a lot smaller. But this has got some depth as well, so you know, you have got a lot of working space there. And if we was just to compare that to the bed, it is, I think, yeah, well, it is longer than the bed. So it's almost as big as my bed, which is nuts. So This desk, now, we're going to start off with the elephant in the room. Now, I do think I could have gone for, I did want a wood grain one, but that was considerably more expensive. I'm sort of kicking myself I wish I did, because as much as black is very sleek and it can go in most decorations and colour setups and stuff, this is, as you can see, a mad fingerprint magnet. Now, I've had this for about a week, this desk, and this morning I did wipe it down because it is a dust magnet. Now, later on down the line, I will get a large leather, of course, desk mat, and obviously I will have to bring the desk out a little bit more to accommodate my monitors, because I will have it attached to the desk on an arm, and I want 27 inches. But as you can see, at the minute, I do have a lot of room, and sometimes sitting there and I need to get like my unboxing knives or something out, and they're all the way over there, it is a bit of a stretch. Now, it is a nice desk. I was going to move this out of the way. Sitting height is nice. I mean, I'm sat on it. So sometimes when I'm journal writing or writing down notes, as you can see there, for future reviews, it is at a nice height. I bought a standing desk because, one, it's different and I think they're quite cool. I do suffer with sciatica, so having the option to have it stood up and stand is really nice. Plus, now that I've had this, the reviews that I've done, I like to have this desk standing up. It just feels more of a workbench than sat down. So I like that as well, as weird as it sounds. I do like that. Please excuse my full bin. I will empty that. And of course, this is nothing to do with the desk, but this is the Song Mics. It's a metal drawer. I think this was £85. It's lockable as well. And I've managed, if you remember rightly, on my old desk, I had 2 drawers. So this has held all my stuff out of the other desk. And I still have quite a bit of space left. And the drawers are big. They're metal as well, so they are more sturdy than the IKEA shit that I had before. And the actual drawer bottoms were falling through on the other desk. So that's the steering wheel for the E36. So it is a nice desk, and it is very simple. So I have set it to this height because it can go a bit lower, but I don't want it to crush the cupboard. So I have set it as that. So when I do press number 1, which is sitting, it does go to that, and it leaves room so it doesn't crush the filing cabinet or damage the desk, of course. But if we was to push 2 now, which I have as my standing height, and this is the highest it goes, so it is already, at a nice height. I will flip the camera around so you can just see the height at the minute. I do believe this is at 75.4. I believe that's in centimetres. So I'm just going to flip the camera around and you'll see how this looks against my hip or waist or leg. And as you can see, as it's on the lower setting now, so this is the sitting position, it is sort of up against my leg. So it is at a nice height. Now I am going to raise it and we're going to see how it looks higher, and the height obviously, and it is relatively quiet as well. I have got some cable management to sort out underneath, so it does look a bit messy, but as you can see, it rises. It's not the fastest of things, but you know, and obviously it's not as noisy either, so I quite like that. Obviously if I'm working at night, I'm not disturbing the rest of the house. And there it is at its highest, and it's just literally above my, well, just below my chest. So it is a nice space for writing and having it as a workbench. On the subject of bad things, because there is a lot of positives to come out of this desk, I do think the joins could be a lot better. So as you can see, there's 4 panels that make the top of this work surface that are there's dowels that go inside and then they slot in, and then underneath you can see there is plates that bolt them together, that run all along the desk. So the fitment could be better. Again, I don't think there's anything that I've done. I think that's just the desk. I mean, you can't really feel it, but just note that you might get like gunk and dust and all sorts of nastiness getting stuck in the cracks. So it is worth knowing, and I'm glad I'm doing this because someone might be in the market for a desk like this, but something like that might really put them off. And as you can see, it is a bit of a fingerprint magnet, I'm not going to lie. That looks like I've been resting something, well, a part of me on it, and I can assure you it's not. It's actually the palm of my hand. But yeah, it is a nice standing desk. I like it. That's my notes for another video that's coming up. So I do still have my £1.55 Temu light there. So it is a nice little workspace, and as you can see, I've got my drawer pack there as well, and I do have a lot of room. Now I normally in this corner because I'm close to the light. My journals are here, obviously my notes and stuff for videos. So I do, when I'm sat here and I'm looking over, there is quite a bit of room still there. I think when I get my monitors as well, that'll help fill it out. But I don't want to, because I got a big desk, I don't want to just put shit on here for the sake of it, you know what I mean? Like, I still want that clutter-free environment where it's still nice and it's not cluttered. So, final thoughts. Do I recommend it? I actually really do. I think it is a very nice desk. I do think maybe I should have spent a little bit more and gone for like a butcher's block sort of wood top. I think it would have looked a lot nicer. It does look a bit more premium. I am happy with the black. It's just obviously you got to bear in mind that yes, it is a dust magnet. You will have to clean it more, and fingerprints and stuff like that. If I could change it, I'd probably say the fitment with the gaps that put the panels together. Obviously, like I said, you have got to be mindful that you will get dust, dirt and all sorts of shit in there, and it will start looking a bit manky after a bit. So maybe getting a bigger desk mat to cover that and you should be okay. But in terms of £168 for a desk this size, now I do appreciate you can get some higher quality desks that are more expensive, but they all sort of do the same thing. I didn't want to go mad with it. There is things I still want to do in my room regarding decorating and making a nice office space and stuff. I mean, as it's standing up at the highest, there is a little bit of wobble, as you can probably see on the camera, which is expected. And what I've seen through my own research, desks that do have only 2 feet like this, it does wobble. So if you are one of those people that don't like wobbly desks, but want this sort of style of desk, I'd recommend getting one with 4 legs, just for more sturdiness. But it doesn't bother me. I don't think it's gonna fall anywhere. You know, it is a very nice desk. And as we go back down, you know, I do honestly really highly recommend it. It looks clean, it looks premium, you know. I'm not saying it feels cheap or anything like so. So I'm trying to match the camera as we go down. So it is a nice desk. I'm happy with it. I would recommend it. I think the size is perfect. Now, I did actually measure, obviously, my setup, and the wobbling has dropped. It's not as much as it is standing, so it is a sturdy desk. I did measure my space. When I got this, I was a bit of, oh fuck, like it is big. And it is a big desk. But I think it fits my setup really nice. And I've got used to it as well. Like, I think the first night I was lying in bed, and obviously we're in summer in the UK, and obviously it was still quite light in my room. I was laying in bed and looked at it. Oh, that is a very, very big fucking desk. But I've got used to it. I like it a lot. So that was my review of this desk. Keep an eye on Amazon. Sometimes I put vouchers on and offers and stuff, but as far as Rollies Reviews go, I would actually genuinely recommend this a lot. I think they do black, they do it in white, and there is one with, I think, black legs, but it's like butcher's block on the top, which I think is an £80 difference. And they go from, I think it's like 120 centimeters up until this is, I think the biggest one they do is a 200 by 80. So like I said, you do get a lot of depth, as you can see. I mean, there is a lot of there for me to try and touch the wall. So it is a very nice desk indeed. That was my review. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. It is different to the normal wallet videos and EDC stuff, but after the couple of little videos I did of the desk, it did blow up, and I thought maybe people are interested of what my setup looks like. And again, this is a review channel. I do like to review different things as long as they're relevant to my channel. Obviously this is where I sit and do my stuff, so I felt like it was relevant to post a video of. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a good rest of your weekend, and you all have a brilliant week ahead. Don't work too hard, and my saying is, if you've got a spare couple of quid, buy a wallet or two and support the small manufacturers that make them. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please like, follow, subscribe and share. It does help the channel a lot. As I said, I do enjoy making the videos, but it helps push the videos out so we can get more like-minded people onto the channel and watching our stuff. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and good night.